I'm sure I've seen this theory floating around before, but I've noticed a couple of new connections which I think gives it a nice kick. The sea stone chair seems to be made from the same oily black stone as the comet that the Bloodstone Emperor worshipped, and which he went on to use as the basis of his sinister Church of Starry Wisdom. This emperor revelled in all sorts of cruel, chaotic and depraved acts before he was toppled, and his church is said to still exist in many ports throughout the world. This would mean that the long-exiled Euron Greyjoy was likely to have come across it in his voyages. However, while describing all of the towns he has sacked and false idols he has toppled, he does not mention the Church of Starry Wisdom. And indeed, as a code of ethics, absolute power through absolute corruption, it would seem to appeal to his wicked nature. Next, there is an exchange between Tyrion and Moquoro in which the Red Priest identifies Euron as casting the largest shadow of all the figures he has seen in his fires. He describes the Iron Men as a tall and twisted thing with one black eye and 10 long arms, sailing on a sea of blood. This suggests that Euron is a much more formidable villain than his relatively brief page count would imply. Some people have even pointed out how similar his Crow's Eye moniker is to the Three-Eyed Raven, denoting some ethereal awareness or knowledge of the children and the others. Now, cut to the Kingsmoot, where Euron's brother Aeron is continually insisting that no godless man may sit the sea stone chair. Nevertheless, Euron is crowned king, meaning that either Euron is a false prophet, or that Euron does actually serve a god, but that it is not the drowned god. Perhaps, like the Bloodstone Emperor, he is a disciple of the Black Stone, and that is why the sea stone chair accepts him as its king. Furthermore, I was thinking about what Melisandre was saying about the wall being one of the hinges of the world, and how it seems to imply a boundary or gateway between opposing forces, such as good and evil, living and dead, order and chaos. The question is, are places like the Five Forts and Yen also hinges keeping some dark force at bay? And furthermore, are Valeria, Hardhome, and Stygay examples of a hinge being broken? More importantly, however, the word hinge is ominously tied to the character of Euron. We assume Aeron's creaking door is a sense memory of some past trauma, but what if it is also a vision of a future cataclysm? That is, that unless Euron is stopped, he will open one of the hinges of the world and invite apocalypse upon it. We know that he is currently en route to Oldtown, where Sam is holed up with what we suspect is the Horn of Winter. What if Euron ultimately means to bring down the wall, and finally unleash the others upon the world?